Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or welcome to another exciting and evening and amazing spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, your Lord and Master, the only sanctioned source of communist entertainment, off you to a glorious 1v1 on Mill Road North. It is Barbarossa fighting out for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, the second Guards Mechanized Corps here with Lend-Lease tactics featuring the M4C Sherman, heavy machine gun teams, assault guards, the CIS-6 supply truck, and infantry repair kits with grenade and infantry bullets. In the south, it is Cheese Tonkatsu fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here rolling out with the... let's just go with Feltenhalle Panzergrenadier here with Festung Armour featuring the Panzer Mollier, Panzer Tactician, Hold Down, Pack 43s, and Railway Artillery support with mostly infantry, bit of a hands fast bulletin there. And as always, a big hearty thank my paid supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacaster who keep me in the business. You too can join the ranks and support the effort by pledge on Patreon, or you can donate by PayPal. Links in the video description. Always comment, like, share, subscribe, and press the bell button so you're more likely to get an update from YouTube, because YouTube really likes to make things difficult for me. So, triple comes there for Barbarossa, gunning the MD42 for Cheese Tonkatsu, both sides rushing for the centre. Pioneers, they caught by the front fix out in the open. No mercy shown there. In the south here, Bartwell going to make it a bit hard for the Gemsters to pat their behinds on that field point. In the far south, Gunny's looming up here. Pioneers continues to weave back and forth, and up in the west, we got the MD42. So, Cheese Tonkatsu has gone for a pretty broad approach, which, you know, large relies on Barbarossa sort of doing the same and not pushing in hard or getting lucky anyway. Otherwise, Cheese Tonkatsu could find the entire thing collapsing like a house of cards on a runaway freight train. MD42 on the west here, second grenadier squad right there for Cheese Tonkatsu, eastern Ponomacies to the engineers. Count moving towards the centre, Pioneers pulling up, the second count squad ready there for Barbarossa, up north there, point being seized. Inside the ship, the Pioneers do not find much shelter for anything except the rain, and it's not raining. Gunners moving towards a bit more northwards, Gunners ramming to catch the comes there by the centre victory point. Constantine suffered here for Barbarossa. Overall again, just a lot of skirmishing here so far. Nothing really decisive in terms of engagements or assaults. Constantine taking man loss. Fourth transport on the way there for Barbarossa. So pretty heavy tier 1 here, which is a bit rarer. In particular, considering like he doesn't like anything to really synergize with this, except of course the Sermon upgrade. But most players at this stage have just moved away from that anyways, despite having access to that. MD4 catching the counters here. Third grenade squad almost done for Cheese Tonkatsu. In the south here, Barbarossa urges men onwards here against the fascists to find a way towards Berlin. Well, at least you know Baden-Baden. Gunners being slowly cut to ribbons here with the Continenteers. Cuts here white here, flank from the north here. Suddenly, Cheese Tonkatsu's southern flank is looking like a collapsing house here in slow motion. Need to retreat here soon. Gunners moving forwards there. Abandoning more or less the north here to try and stabilise the south here, which of course means the northern field point and northern points is vulnerable to that one transport left up north here. So far, Barbarossa is definitely leveraging his forces quite well here, and Cheese Tonkatsu is starting to get in. In particular, I feel like the mistake was just leaving the machine gun separate from the rest of the main force. That's typically where like you want it as part of like the main effort with the MD42 in the early game. I find is the Wehrmacht, because again it's just such a element. But instead, Cheese Tonkatsu is used to capping unit there, and he's now paying the price. Pioneers close being wiped out. Grenadiers also close being wiped out here. MD42 with the Grenadier squad not left to hold up against several units here. Luckily for him though, Barbarossa seems to have forgotten about the conscripts until now. Up north, slowly pushing back his opponent. But yeah, not the best engagement there for Cheese Tonkatsu. Not the best at all. Definitely should have brought in some more machining of that machine gun sooner. Tech there. So far, otherwise fairly standard stuff. And there we go. Barbarossa just beeline straight for the fuel point there. Thumbs up. That is an excellent maneuver there. Very sensible. Of course, forces Cheese Tonkatsu back to deal with that. Bassel, what are you doing, you stupid cat? Comes doing push back. Close actually getting a wipe here. But I don't think he's going to get it though. Typically in the early game of the Wehrmacht, tends not to have the easiest time of getting wipes, and it's typically more as the game goes on. Like to make a nice company up here. Fuel point grabbed and got dug in there with a sandbag there. Meanwhile, Cheese Tonkatsu continues to trek onwards towards what I assume is the eastern fuel point he's planning to go for. But still, this means he's going to be cut off from fuel, and Barbarossa, not so much. But he's going for the conscript then before drilling up here. Leaving a small half-strength Grenadier squad inside the house to help against Barbarossa's advance there. Almost getting wiped here. Can he get the wipe here? Will it be instead him that gets wiped because he pushed too far? looks like it's actually possible here for Tonkatsu. And there you go, calling the Dishkas. Can't go for an armored car, Mr. Tonkatsu, which of course, if he goes for that, a half track or some Panzergrenadier. There we go, 2-2, like the punches beat. Oh, goes for the half track. Could be the possible match here. Flame for half track here. Tonkatsu deciding he needs something with a bit of extra spice here to burst through the Soviets. And certainly flame for half track would be a bit of a surprise there. Has largely been forgotten in lieu of the 2-2-2. It's not like because the flame for half track is bad, it's just overall more expensive. And also has less utility in some ways, but at the same time a flame for half track can still just pack an absolute punch versus infantry. So there you go. 251 Mittelschützenpanzerwagen on the way there will be upgraded to the Flammpanzerwagen. Flame for half track is usually part of a small platoon attached. I think there's typically like the battalion command headquarters. There's typically those where they would apply it there, sort of small specialist unit that could be used wherever needed. Germans had a variety of flamethrower vehicles, a bunch of them converted from other stuff, like you had for some of the Flammpanzer II Flamingo, you had a version based off the Panzer III, you had one based off the Shah B. So, you know, a lot of variations on the whole flamethrower concept from the German army in terms of tanks. Halfway done there. And yeah, I believe that the Panzer II version was actually known as the Flamingo by the Germans, which is fairly amusing. Here comes that pushback here. Flammpanzerwagen almost almost did briefly transport troops with it, so that's nice. An additional fun fact about this one is it technically had 3 flamethrowers attached to it. It's just the third one's actually meant to be used by some guy on the ground. So, little fun side note there. Comes caught in the center of the Flammpanzerwagen, suppressed, and there you go, that's going to have to retreat here. The Flammpanzerwagen can deal a lot of damage very fast against infantry. Back here, bunker almost done. Heading further comes so they're going to tank grenade there, obviously being threatened. And so having to retreat obviously. 1 kill so far. Back here we got Swarm Cabinet, probably going to be a field grenade. You could also try for Discus against the flame for half track, but that's obviously going to be fairly incredibly risky. It's also possible, just he's going to push for the tank command and then probably a T-70 here to that way counter the flame for half track. Burning through the counters though, burning and scorching. Pack 40 there for Tonkatsu. Op is expecting Barbarossa to go for a light tank as another vehicle-based counter to his flame for half track. Probably some more light machine guns, or probably that medic bunker being upgraded. Suppression plus flame for half track. And strong combo there for the Germans. Down to 5-man, low health though. Close to veteran 1 in the Flammpanzerwagen. But a good push here by Tonkatsu. Definitely threw off Barbarossa. I mean, most Wehrmacht players never go for the flame for half track anymore. I mean, the Germans just don't bother with half track. So there's definitely a surprise element as it can really throw off a lot of players because, again, it can deal a lot of damage very fast. And it can also, you know, great versus units in covers and just ignores the cover bonus. So there's a lot of elements there which, again, depending on the matchup of the map, can be quite strong. But again, it is also more expensive, and it's just, you know, one of the reasons most players, I think, don't bother with it. Yes, Basil. Got a heavy machine gun team out there, but also no sign of the assault guards. T-70 halfway done. Wouldn't be half bad to maybe lay down some mines while he can. I mean, he's got a good chunk of map control right now, so typically what's really great in these situations is trying to get down some mines to make it hard for your opponent to like make, you know, a sudden comeback. In particular with like telemines, it can quickly shut down, for example, a T-70 Steward or AC based, you know, counterattack there if they just, you know, drive it straight into a telemine. So I think that'd be next maneuver. Or just laying down some S-mines. I mean, it's just like any kind of mines right now, I think would be fairly strong here for Tonkatsu versus Barbarossa because he doesn't have any mine sweepers. So it's something to consider there. It is something to consider at the very least here for Tonkatsu and for Deutschland. Comes a court here, MD42 tearing into the T-70 flanking in there. Very good. Pack 40 just spawning in the wrong direction. Good hit those straight through the rear of the T-70's armor. Not really that the armor is any issue for the Pack 40 on the T-70. Burning through the conscripts. And of course, there's damage over time, so they just stand in the attack, then they certainly have to take quite a bit of damage here. We got 7 kills, close to 2 there. Panzergrenadier, possibly planning Panzerschrecks, just, want some assault infantry. And just some regular Panzers, I think would be a great idea here for Chiefs and Cuts, to be honest. Another hit here from the Pack 4 in the T-70. Frische Panzergrenadier, gefechtsbereit hier für Chiefs and Cuts and for Deutschland. Die Feldherren Halle-Panzer really good. Disc being caught here in the flamethrowers half-track's line of fire. Immediately suffering intense damage. Let's find out when it's just armor-piercing rounds, not incendiaries, on the gun inside the building. Still taking a lot of damage here, close things up. Got 11 kills on the flamethrower half-track. It is definitely going up faster in terms of, kills here. But again, it's the thing about the flamethrower half-track. It may cost a bit more, but again, it can, under the right circumstances, just quickly rack it up. Of course, it is also easy to destroy it, which is probably also another reason why people aren't so happy to invest into it. It's not quite a glass cannon, but it's more like a pocket flamethrower made by someone like, you probably shouldn't be getting flamethrowers from, like your neighbor Tim. Field on the way there for Barbarossa. This is the divisional field gun, known as the Ratschbum by the Germans due to the characteristic sound it made. Flame Titan forwards here, very close to T2. There we go, that's T2 again. Disco opening up in the Flampanzerwagen. Push back there. I mean, so far, Chiefs and Cuts have got excellent activity versus Barbarossa. Morty, and he does go for the Panzerschrecks here. Pack and Panzerschrecks. Part of me wonders if he's not planning to go straight for tier 4 instead of going for tier 3. I mean, technically he can go farther since he just needs the heavy Panzer coming out to go for Panther 4 Model J's, but still, I think he's just go for the Panther 4 Model J's, then back them up, either Stugs or Osmans, depending what the others need to deal with a bit, more viciously. I'll be teach-matching forwards here, but he's going for tier 4 stall. A Pack Panzerschreck combo is definitely on the rarer end of the spectrum. Arguably, you could say there's some flexibility there. Again, the Pack 4 is great for shooting up stuff at close range. The Panzer gun can quickly deal with threats that get too close and can threaten to circle around the Pack 40. They can't do that with the Panzerschrecks, plus they also just offer more burst damage. So there's technically also some benefits to that. Then almost got the T-70, had the first rocket not hit the ground there, Otto. That T-70 would have been kaput. Except the only thing that's kaput there was Otto's aim. So, tech there, no, not taking up in fact at all. They definitely should take up here soon before Barbarossa does that and starts hammering with the M4C Shermans, the Emchers. Flampanzerwagen Daniel repairs here, and Grenadier also hard at work. Film providing here the small wooden shed. Definitely not the strongest position to fight from. There we go, tech for Chiefs and Tonkatsu. Again, the ideal here would just build this Pommel Core and then go for some Panzer 4 Model J, since they are very good. And again, the way he's going about things definitely has me thinking he might be trying tier 4 here. Just in a slightly roundabout way here, considering the Panzerschrecks. Or Ketten Panzerbüchse, as they were known. Got the M42 push back there. Mortify lane close to the heavy machine gun team there. We got more Pioneers briefly, but decides against it. TC being fixed up. So is he planning tier 4 next? I guess we'll find out soon enough here. In fact, the fact he counted the Pioneers could indicate he's planning to go straight ahead for that. Flampanzerwagen on the move again. Still no mines here though from Chiefs and Tonkatsu. Ooh, Pack caught in a pretty bad spot here as Barbarossa launches a centre swing, but with support from the north here. Not a bad idea. They almost got Pack 40 mortars also in a bad place there. No tech or anything there. We go content quite a bit of the Flampanzerwagen, but the positioning is not great here for about Chiefs to defend against Barbarossa's attack from. Machine sitting up here, veterans 1, and there you go, Flampanzerwagen how to work here. Lots of fun there. Go grabs the Pack. Gunny's being hammered here with the discus soon. Almost got the purple. There you go. Bang grenade, but there you go. Oh, he even tried to merge, but the bang grenade just made a bigger waste of manpower for Barbarossa. Great throw there by Chiefs and Tonkatsu. Almost cost him the conscripts there, but they actually managed to get out of there. Worth noting, still no say consideration of Guards assault troops here for Tonkatsu, despite they could launch some fairly aggressive attacks here versus his opponent. We got 12 kills to almost ace level. Back here, nothing further transpiring there for Barbarossa. Also, he lost the T-70 somewhere. Guess I missed that one there. Possibly to a telemine. The flank pad protected from the Sis 3 division field gun. Mechanized armor company for Barbarossa. Thumbs up, very good. Tonkatsu meanwhile is now going for tier 4. So again, could build the heavy panzer core, then go for the Panther 4 Model J, since it only really requires just the support core or the heavy panzer cores. Oh, we do get some assault guards troops here from Barbarossa. 2 thumbs up, adding the Thompson upgrades. Could also, in theory, upgrade them with the bazookas if he was particularly concerned. Those worth noting, the Sods didn't actually get a lot of neither Thompsons or bazookas because they weren't particularly keen on either weapon. In the case of the Thompson, it was in part due to the size of the round, 45 caliber rounds there, much bigger than what normally used in basically the basic sort of infantry and wouldn't be able to carry as much, so the Soviets were less impressed. They also cited some issues with cold weather. Would not be surprised if maybe this ended up with something similar reason with the bazooka again, like just difficult for like in a large infantry-based army to carry around a lot of like bazooka rockets perhaps. And as in northwards there, guards were backing up there. But that one obviously is a lot more speculative on my side when it comes to the bazookas. But little side note there. Tier 4 almost done here for Tonkatsu. Note 2 Pioneer squads. Thumbs up. Still no mines though, I think here. Except maybe that one possible mine. And really he should lay down more mines. Again, particularly when he was ahead. And he still kind of is ahead on map control. Mines is an excellent tool to just stay ahead. South there, machine pushed back by the Sod machine gun. Panzers and backed up with the mortar. Heavy panzer squad being built by Tonkatsu's Pioneer. Guards assault squad here going for deep flank here. Very deep flank. Modern compartment here around the heavy machine gun team, not bad. What he's planning? I mean, this could. If he coordinates this with a pretty big attack from the front here, this could prove pretty devastating there for Tonkatsu, since suddenly again he'll have like a heavily equipped assault unit in the rear, and he also gets off like a grenade roll at the right time. This could be utterly debilitating here for Tonkatsu. There you go, catch the pack forward here, flank pad band rolling backwards. Yeah, he's going, I think, for the pack 40 perhaps. He'll have something else, multiple on the grenadiers. They're going to rush into the guardsmen. Go heavy down, conflicting the grenadiers pretty quickly. The 3 Thompsons they have are absolutely terrifying for the gunners to deal with. There you go, forcing retreat with the flank panzer back, but still good flank here. Definitely causes more confusion here for Tonkatsu, doing another big attack from Barbarossa, so thumbs up there. T-34 some 6 on the weight, Panther 4 mod wing on the other side there. Fielding on the flank for half top. Pop smoke disengages, very good. May also signal to Barbarossa what his opponent might be planning here. At which point he definitely should consider the M4C Sherman instead of the T-3476. Got the M4 sitting up here, 5 kill 32, and suppressive with M4 to close range. Disc turning into them. Conscripts pinned down to the ground there like insects before being routed. Reinforcing healing. T-34 almost done, so is the Panther 4 Model J, and there you go, Flam Panzer Kampf strikes. 13 kills. Panzerkampfwagen 4 aus von Jod. Gefechtsbereit hier für Tonkatsu and für Deutschland. 14 kills. Definitely a bit of a tighter position here for Barbarossa once more. We got 425, so 317 in terms of victory points. Tonkatsu is also being there, so definitely a bit of a hazardous situation for the Red Army currently. Reinforcing. Could of course also merge some conscripts with them to just reinforce more cheaply and fast. North big Sod push here, catching the lone community spot on the way there. Light duel around the centre as well here. Field moving in. Troops almost good to go there up north in Barbarossa's base. Light clashes here between Tonkatsu, but also continues around the centre. Up north with the main assault is clearly there. It might even be just using the T-34's bait to keep Tonkatsu's attention focused on the centre, allowing the infantry win through here unimpeded in the north, which is, pretty clever, but looks like Tonkatsu is realising what's going on here. He is being bamboozled. And he's moving northwards to counter that bamboozle maneuver. My God, it's a Russian flim-flam. Ein flim-flam, yeah, you know. Bamboozle. Ah. Brings up when they come to their guard moving in there up north here. Continue deep flank there by Barbarossa. Fairly good use of the train here by Barbarossa, by the way. Thumbs up to that. Guards assault with the tank through the grenadiers there. 5 kills, almost fetched into 1. There we go. Grenadiers could be in a lot of trouble here. Again, up close the triple toms. They just over. Holy smoke. There we go. Combined with the T-34 success in immediate wipe and grabs the light machine gun. They suddenly became pretty vicious customers there for Chiefs and to deal with. I mean, that's basically the equivalent, like, you know, of a 6-man Panzer Grenadier squad now with a light machine gun, except the 4th assault, except the 3 assault rifles they do have are technically better than the assault rifles the Panzer Grenadiers have. Because for some reason the Thompsons, in terms of stats, in game work better than the assault rifle. Go figure. Anyways, really tough stuff there. Need to fix up that T-34 from 6. Concord apparently forgotten up north here by Barbarossa. Panther holding backwards here for Chiefs Tonkatsu. Should definitely go for another one here. Just haul in more rather than trying to stall out here for anything bigger. Sis 3. He's also lost a lot of infantry. In fact, he's lost his Panzerjägers, so he should also consider some infantry replacements. That's actually quite crucial here. There's an opponent with 5 infantry squads. That is a lot of infantry pressure here that Barbarossa can unleash against Chiefs Tonkatsu. So definitely replace that. Instead he's going for the Panzerwerfer. Not a huge fan of that one personally. At least not under the current circumstances. Again, he is spectacularly short in infantry. There you go, troops reinforcing him. He could still consider just merging some conscripts with the assault guards just to get up to strength faster. There you go, second sis gun out there for Barbarossa. Conscript gunning up there. I mean, Barbarossa's definitely, I think, leveraging, like, you know, the map's terrain here quite well. Using like the sides of the map and some of the terrain here to hide units and sort of creep up them, sort of hit Chiefs and Cats from angles at like the worst timing. So that's actually some really good infiltration work there by Barbarossa. Like 2 thumbs up. That is excellent. In this case, could have timed it a bit better, but still I like the fact that he's trying to disrupt Chiefs and Cats by attacking from angles he just doesn't see coming. There's definitely some clever head work there, though. In this case, though, should have been coordinated better with a head-on attack or something else, or so. That way, it would become more disruptive rather than just, you know, a bunch of conscripts appearing out of nowhere, like, you know, really poorly planned surprise party. Surprise, fascist! Oh, where's everyone else? I think we got the wrong time, Dimitri. Not again. This is like my Aunt Sasha's 117th birthday. Unfortunately, they can use conscripts there. Panther pulling back in the face of the sister leaves from field gun as well. Panther flying away there. T-34 skips off on the damaged engine. Deputy consumer for his Shermans. Really good push in there. Go. Field gun arriving on the flank here. Knocks out the Panther before does anything next to him. That's a huge blow there to Chiefs and Cats. Like the Panther have just boom combusted. And the flamethrower after that is huge. This is a shattering blow there. And again, the lack of infantry makes this a lot easier because you can't easily punish the field guns, for example, by just focusing like this at all. This is just great for Barbarossa. I mean, huge. Like he just gutted all of Chiefs and Cuts' light vehicle to protect again the Panzerwerfer just was so expensive and then just like, you know, got ruined. Panzer is finally going for some replacement infantry. Oh, decides not to. That's a bit dangerous. Got the assault guards back here for reinforcement. Could still just consider merging with them, to be honest, at this point. Carmenet Barbarossa merging? Yes? Oh well. Second Panther 4 Moliere there for Chiefs and Cats. Finally just going for more of them. Very good, but should have gone for that rather than the Panzerwerfer and should have gone for it sooner. Plus, you know, more infantry. Getting some infantry beating in here with the Panther 4 and the other troops there, but still tough here for Chiefs and Cats. I think efficiently like stop Barbarossa's attacks with just 2 grenadiers and everything else. Meanwhile, Barbarossa just launching, and there we did merge with them finally. Pushing ahead with the Betty 2 assault guards there. T-34 gaining Panther fast, but doesn't do enough. Gun is being mauled. The guardsmen just tear through here. Cheeseton cuts his lines. Panther falls in trouble trying to stop things here, but yep, gets completely kaputted here as the assault guards just continue their assault undeterred. Nearly unstoppable. Ergo grenade assault on the Pack 40 just to further push away any German anti-tanks whether from any armor here that Barbarossa's assaulting with. And there goes second Panther 4 Moldier ready, but again, the lack of infantry is absolutely hamstringing and hotling Cheeseton cuts here versus Barbarossa and his 5 squads. And those assault guards are definitely earning themselves in very swiftly. Panther 4 Moldier going for the T-34 and 6, another one for Barbarossa, no MCHs here. Another loss is the Pack crew gets slaughtered here by Barbarossa's conscripts, straight into the field grenade with the Panther 4. Disengaged by under smoke cover there, but actually risk losing the Panther 4 now here to Barbarossa, which would be pretty much GG if that were to happen. Meanwhile, Dishkas make it difficult to capture that, needs to get some smoke shots on the machine gun position there. Panther 4 needs to get repaired, he's lost all his pioneers. Meanwhile, oh dear, the situation is just rapidly collapsing here for Cheeseton cuts now versus Barbarossa. Again, the lack of infantry is proving to be quite the headache. Or in the case of the Surge, quite the boon. So that means less opposition for the troops. And again, they're assault guards. Fresh pioneers out there for Cheeseton Tonkatsu. Another MD-42. Really should go for more infantry. 15 kills, slowly approaching the ace level. We got 387 to 242. Mortar with 3 kills. The guards here. Pack shoots at something. Guessing he's trying to clear up the line of fire here, but for some reason shots go through. Oh, we actually have a machine gun bunker on this point. That's an interesting build hit with Cheeseton Tonkatsu. Not necessarily bad, but definitely surprising. It was probably built when things were looking a bit better, though. Bit of quiet there. Graham the eastern point there. T-34's lining up here for a possible push against Cheeseton Tonkatsu. If he can predict it and stop it, he might have a chance to turn this game around, but all this is just a chance that Barbarossa hits critical mass and then just steamrolls Cheeseton Tonkatsu. And the problem is just one Pack 40. It's going to be tough to stop 2 T-34s backed up by a lot of other stuff. There you go, Gunny's got him swapped up. You got Samix. I mean, he's clearly looking to prepare for a night gun attack, but it's just happening too slow at that pace as Barbarossa just piles on more troops. The only way there's going to be more of a problem for Cheeseton Tonkatsu if like Barbarossa had gone for a mortar and actually laid down some smoke screens to make it harder for Cheeseton Tonkatsu, like get some clear lines of fire on Barbarossa during his attack. You could also try and pressure up on the southeastern flank, to be honest, but that's another thing there. Field bombardment, infantry, and there you go, the assault guards again just cutting the way ahead through Cheeseton Tonkatsu's lines. Grenade assault on the MD-42, that's going to retreat here, but will they make it back home to Berlin? Or Baden-Baden? Grenade assault that was dodged. Gunners doing some heavy damage. They may have to treat the assault guards there. Yup, gonna treat them now. I don't think he's actually paying attention. There's too much going on there for Barbarossa versus Cheeseton Tonkatsu. And that's actually going to be a wipe there. Rather unfortunate for the assault guards. They've done so well and then just kind of got forgotten there at the wrong time. I guess we're at this stage where it may actually not matter because now Cheeseton Tonkatsu is just losing more and more ground and Barbarossa is just, you know, not really losing enough to like have a chance to recapture stuff here. Double energy Ford Gunners is pretty good. Also got 44 kills on them. That is really damn impressive. 45. 46. Definitely an Iron Cross second class inbound for those gentlemen. Well, if they survive the war, obviously. Now the T-34 from 6 on for Barbarossa. Another Panther 4 there for Cheeseton Tonkatsu, very nice. A bit late to the party. And there's still the issue of a significant lack of intel for Chiefs Tonkatsu versus Barbarossa. Fix up the T-34s. T-34, they're ready for Barbarossa. T-34 rushing handy, going straight for the Gandhis there. By the western victory point, we got 260 with 242. Second Panther almost done. And there we go. Second Panzerkampfwagen Fias von Jod. No more empties at all here for Barbarossa, but at this stage he just has so many T-34s from 6, he just has a ton of firepower, so he doesn't really need the empties, but you know, they still would have provided him with some slightly punchier stuff. But again, 3 T-34s just have an amazing amount of firepower to the invention team, meaning they can just lay down an ungodly amount of depth against the opponent. Telemarks, they're being disrupted here. Once more too slow here for Chiefs Tonkatsu, only begins laying them down really once he's starting to lose ground here to Barbarossa run when he's actually like far ahead here. Just been caught up in for a true ace level, could try and pop something in. His rounds almost got the field, and they've go wipes it. T-34 down, but there's still 2 left here under Barbarossa's command. Mortar firing down there, smoke here to try and start things. Their field gun T-34 still arriving there. Ooh, good flank there. Almost got one of the Panther Force here. Close call, close call. Blitzkrieg off there. Machine gun wiped out, but at least one Panther Force blitzing way to try and get to safety here. Fort Chiefs Tonkatsu in the south here. Contras they're going to use there. Machine gun almost wiped out. Pack 4 there. Overall, Chiefs Tonkatsu is falling apart here now very rapidly. There we go. Almost got the other Panther Force as well, but at this point, Chiefs Tonkatsu really has nothing to effectively fight back with against Barbarossa. There we go, second Panther Force down. There's just 2 T-34s and 6 on the loose, and again, those 2 T-34s and 6 do a lot of damage. In particular versus infantry, the 2 T-34s are just going to be an absolute nightmare. And there you go, GG, game over. A loss for Chiefs Tonkatsu, victory for Barbarossa. At times fairly close then, Chiefs Tonkatsu again had a strong early lead there, but again, shouldn't have gone for tier 4. Should have just stuck to the Suprema Corps. Should have gone for those Panther Force fast and, you know, just dilly-dally around other stuff first. And should have kept his infantry's, you know, strength at least a minimum of 3 squads. But again, 4 in particular versus Barbarossa, they have been very good there. Otherwise, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.